Hello! Welcome to Anime Mystics. I'm Roman, and tonight I am watching Carole and Tuesday, episode 15. I had no idea that they were taking a break last week until I tried finding the episode. So, I have been waiting 2 weeks to watch this. But now it's here and I finally get to watch it. Or we get to finally get to watch it. So last episode, they met with the legendary producer, Toby, who came off as a complete psycho in episode 13, at the end of that one, with his hatchet and weird babbling. It looked like he was either on drugs or incredibly drunk. And then at the beginning of episode 14, he looks completely normal. And he's just standing there with his hatchet, still looking creepy, but is able to make full sentences and talk. Basically, saying that their song was horrible. He says something else, but, you know. And it just sounded like they were wailing, like, whatever. Making Carole pretty upset. She was getting ready to walk off. Actually, she was saying, "Let's go," and grabbed her stuff and was walking off. But he ended up stopping him and saying, "What do you need? You need a producer, right?" And then he and Gus had a discussion. Hit it off pretty well, since I guess they're both from Texas. And he agreed to produce their music. However, he said the condition for him producing their music is that they will practice day and night. He's apparently very hard to please. They told him that they don't have any money for a studio and they don't have a band. So, I mean, what are they going to do? He had a microphone. Very good microphone. I mean, he better for being a legendary producer. Probably, I don't know, but it was a really nice microphone. Let me see. He ends up calling in, oh god, what was his name? Skip. He ends up calling in Skip and his band to come be their backup band, which, pretty awesome. I guess he worked on their stuff too, because they know each other. I mean, he wouldn't be there as their backup band if Toby didn't know them. So, yeah. They ended up doing the song 52 times before he said it was any good. Which apparently is not that much. Because Skip was like, not bad for having Toby approve your song after only 52 takes. Everybody had bags under their eyes. I'm sure Skip was prepared for it, thinking they'd probably make it into the hundreds, but only made it to 52 before he thought it was good. Gus, and Roddy end up going out to the bar, the one that Gus is usually always at, and announces that they're going to make an album. And I guess it makes sense anyway that in this age, albums are pretty much on their way out. Again, it makes sense because it seems like everything is done digitally. They just download it or something like that. So nobody really buys albums anymore. I guess a few people still do, since he said he didn't say it's completely gone. He said it's dying out. I think that's what he said, something like that. And Toby was like, well, that's exactly why we're going to do one. Let's see. Carole met her dad. Pretty much found out that the guy Oh God, what was his name? I can't remember his name, but the guy they met at the laundromat, the one that helped them out when Tuesday was getting harassed by those guys. He's like I, and probably every other reactor called is her father. Um, we got the backstory on what happened. Um, he ended up getting in trouble with the law. From the sounds of it, he either beat someone up pretty badly or killed somebody. I'm assuming it's probably beat someone up pretty badly. But who knows? They didn't actually say. But he was in jail for 17 years. His wife ended up leaving Carole at the church, and then died not long after. Apparently, she didn't have very good health. And then after he got out on parole, he started looking for Carole. Went to the church, found out that she went to an orphanage, and then to a refugee camp, and then kind of lost track of her from there. And was about to give up when he heard that she was on Mars. So went to Mars looking for her, and that's when he found her. Basically saying that he not even asking for forgiveness because he probably doesn't even deserve it, and felt that as long as he got a glimpse of her, he would be fine. He's telling her all this as he's walking Carole home after doing laundry, and she's not saying anything. She's just listening to the story. And afterwards, he has to leave to go back to Earth. I guess to finish his sentence or something. I'm pretty sure. I thought that one two were out on parole. Well, then again, he left the planet. I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to do that. So I guess he violated his parole. But he has to go back to Earth to finish his sentence. And Carole asked him if he would come back to visit her. Well, if he would come back. And he said, yes, as soon as I'm out and my sentence is over, then I will come back. I don't know how many years that's going to be or how long that's going to be, but he will come back. And she said that once he gets out, he needs to come visit. Which, of course, he said, yeah, he would come visit. And then he went to go to Earth. So that is everything that happened with Carole on Tuesday. Oh, almost. Tuesday, when she was at her job, that Martian bakery thing, I don't know what it's called. But while she's there, that reporter that we saw at her mom's rally was trying to get an interview with her to get some information about her mom, but she wouldn't talk to him. He ended up just giving her his number, saying that if she ever feels like she wants to talk, just give him a call. Saying that she needs to confront her at some point to try to live her own life. So that's everything that happened with Carole on Tuesday. As far as Angela, she's apparently got a stalker, Black Knight something, but he seems to know everything about her, even things that haven't been announced yet. He knows. Um, she doesn't seem too worried about it, but thankfully her mom is, and said that she would get her a state-of-the-art AI bodyguard to watch her. And Mr. Tao, he's busy making a what did he call it? Basically, he made a hologram of Angela so that he can test out new songs that the AI comes up with. However, I'm sure everybody, including myself, are thinking that basically he's trying to push Angela out. He's going to end up perfecting this hologram, and then he will no longer need her and just use the hologram. Which pretty much she said, because he said that it was still basically in testing, it's not complete. And she said, well, I mean, once it's complete, what, are you just gonna be done with me? And he didn't say anything. And just repeated, it's a like a test, like a testing ground. I don't know, I can't remember exactly what he called it. Simulation or something like, yeah, it's like it's a simulation. So that's everything that happened with Angela. She did meet this one dude. Forget what his name was. Was it like Andrew or something like that? It's like some IT tech guy. I'm gonna take a wild guess and say that he's Black Knight. That's my guess. Could be wrong. We barely saw him, but I'm assuming, since they introduced him and actually gave him a name, that he's going to be important later on. So, I'm guessing that he's going to be the Black Knight that's stalking her. But anyway, let's get into this episode. Video is going to be located over here, and the link to the reaction is going to be in the description down below. And we're going to start this episode in 3, 2, 1.